This week we visited Jane Austen's townhouse in Bath, 4 Sydney Place. Jane lived there with her family from 1801 to 1804. We imagine a day in the life of Jane Austen. On the morning of Tuesday the 7th of September 1802, Jane Austen sits in the window seat of the breakfast room at 4 Sydney Place, a 4-storey Georgian townhouse in Bath. She drops her quill onto her writing desk, considering the next line to write to her dear sister Cassandra. As she gazes out of the window, the late summer sun warms her face through the glass pane, and she feels a sudden desire to be outside. Gathering up her blue wool pelisse and cream bonnet, Jane makes her way down the winding staircase and pulls open the front door. Down the 2 stone steps onto the street, she reaches the dirt road that divides the honey-coloured townhouses and the Sydney pleasure gardens beyond. She pauses as several carriages full of excited sightseers rushes by, the carriage wheels lurching over the pothole-ridden road, splashing muddy water against the hem of her dress. Entering the sunlit gardens, Jane eagerly seeks the solace of a quiet green corner, away from the dirt and bustle of the busy city streets. Her regular pastime is to traverse the labyrinth, a maze of lush green hedges that proudly stretches twice the area of Hampton Court's famous maze. The deeper Jane moves into the maze, the bustling sounds of the city diminish and are replaced by the sound of sweet birdsong. Turning the final corner, the familiar limestone grotto welcomes Jane to the centre of the labyrinth. She takes a respite in the shade of the tougher stone structure, leaning her back against the cool surface, relishing the silence. Hearing a strange whooshing sound, Jane looks around her, and casting her eyes upward, sees to her amazement what appears to be a great colourful globe in bright scarlets and golds slowly rise above the labyrinth hedge. She realises with delight this must be the hot air balloon belonging to Messrs. Garnerin and Glassford on its flight across the sprawling city to the surrounding countryside. Jane recalls reading about this launch in the newspaper the previous fortnight, and is mesmerised by its graceful flight across the cloudless September skies. This reimagining is based on a real historic event that took place at the Sydney Pleasure Gardens on this date in 1802. You can read about it in the link in the description.